I think we can all agree that the Super Smash Bros. Series is simply just a masterpiece. I mean, the series basically lets you beat the hell out of any Nintendo character you want. It really doesn't get any better than that. One thing you might not know is the Super Smash Bros. Series was almost a completely different series when it was first in development. So that's why in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the beta of Super Smash Bros. But I'm not just going to look at one game from the series. No, I'm going to be looking at the whole series in its entirety. So without further ado, let's get started with the game that started off the series, the original Super Smash Bros. I just can't get enough of that epic announcer. Anyways, even though I didn't grow up with the original Smash Bros, I still think it's an amazing game and a great way to start off the series. And the idea for this game is just brilliant. Other Nintendo characters battling other Nintendo characters. It's just genius. But the game didn't always star Nintendo characters. In fact, it was never originally called Super Smash Bros. The game was originally called Katudo Jirumu Ru. Yeah, I can't really speak Japanese, but that's close enough, right? And that name translated into English reads Dragon King, a fighting game. How generic. Now looking at these pictures I'm showing on screen right now, the game looks like it would have played pretty much exactly the same as the final version. However, while developing the game, one of the game's creators, Sakura, thought that the game didn't have the correct atmosphere to be on a home console. So he proposed they put Nintendo characters in the game instead. And as we all know now, his idea was approved. That's pretty much the history of the development of Super Smash Bros. And one interesting thing that I feel I should mention is there was actually a lot more characters supposed to be in the original Super Smash Bros. Some of these characters include Pit, Wario, Princess Peach, Meowth, Bowser, Mewtwo, and King Derpaderp. That was King DDD, if you didn't catch that. God, I'm terrible at jokes. Now, I don't really mind that these characters were left out of the original game, because as many of you know, a lot of these characters made it into future installments. Except for Meowth. Nobody gives a shit about Meowth, I guess. Now as for other beta elements, there are 2 beta Kirby stages which feature some weird elements like invisible walls and stuff, nothing really too interesting. Now one of the most interesting beta elements of this game is that the Smash Ball seen in Super Smash Bros. Brawl was actually supposed to make its first appearance in this game. Now I actually didn't believe this myself until I found out in an interview, the creator of Super Smash Bros. Actually confirmed this himself. And there are actually some unused voice clips for characters when they're supposed to use their final smash. Like Ness yelling, or Captain Falcon saying, so yeah, that's pretty much all the beta elements for Super Smash Bros. And pretty much all I have to talk about for this game. Now it's time to talk about what is probably considered the best Super Smash Bros. Game in the entire series, Super Smash Bros. Melee! Yes, Super Smash Bros. Melee! Okay, well that already got annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna just stop doing that now. Melee! Son of a... Melee! Okay, anyways, me trying to be funny aside, there are no words that can explain how amazing of a game Melee is. And if you played the game, which if you haven't played the game before, I feel completely sorry for you, you'll know that it truly doesn't get any better than this game. Now before this video just turns into me just talking about how great Melee is, let's get on to the beta elements for this game. Now one of the more interesting beta elements of this game is the test stage that you can access using action replay codes. What's so interesting about this test room, you might be asking yourself? Well, take a look for yourself. Now unless you're blind or just haven't been paying attention to the video, you'll notice that the background for this stage is a picture of a bar. Yeah, I bet none of you saw that one coming. Now as far as I know, there is really no information to tell us why this was the background of the test stage. But the one thing I really want to know about this is exactly what bar is this a picture of? I guess we'll never know. Now I guess I could mention that there's actually 4 other beta stages located on the disc, but there is no actual way to play them. Now as for other beta elements, there are some small changes, like some of the stages having small design changes, or the character select screen looking slightly different. But one of the more obscure changes is the changes that were made to the motion sensor bomb item. This item was actually originally going to be designed after the mine from Perfect Dark. and why it was changed to the GoldenEye 007 mine is still unknown to this day. It's said that this change was due to copyright, which is kinda ridiculous because both games were made by Rare. But anyways, that's pretty much all the beta elements for Super Smash Bros. Melee that I was able to find. So now it's time to talk about the latest installment in the Smash Bros. Series, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now with Super Smash Bros. Brawl, you either love it because it's a new Smash Bros. Game, or hate it because they added in that damn tripping mechanic. Yeah, you all know what I'm talking about. Now while Brawl didn't turn out quite as good as Melee did, it's still an amazing game. But as for beta elements, there really isn't that much to talk about. All the changes were really minor changes, like some of the character icons being exactly the same as the previous two games. And some of the stages originally had different names too. Rainbow Cruise was originally known as Rainbow Ride. There are also a handful of songs that were removed from the final game, which I'll show some of them on screen right now. Now most of these songs I'm not really too big of a fan of, so this doesn't really bother me that these songs were taken out of the final game. Now one of the more well-known beta elements of this game, and one of the more interesting ones, is that originally in the beta version of the game, characters would show signs of visible damage on them. Now this has been proven because apparently some people have found some unused textures for characters where they show some visible signs of damage. These unused textures that have been found include Meta Knight sporting some fancy scratches on his mask, and Captain Falcon with his visor broken. But yeah, that's pretty much all the beta elements I was able to find for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But there is in fact one more beta element that I want to talk about in this video. And I also find this last beta element the most interesting of them all. There are actually 4 files located on the disc for 4 unused characters. These unused characters include Dixie Kong, Toon Zelda, which I'm assuming is Tetra, Toon Sheik, which is probably Toon Zelda, and Paramai. Now if you're sitting there going, what the fuck is a Paramai? Well, nobody really knows for sure, but it's speculated that it's actually the Pokemon Plusle and Minun. Now it isn't known why these characters were taken out of the final game, but I'm kinda disappointed that they were, because it would have been kinda awesome to play as Tetra. I mean, come on, Tetra's a fucking badass. Am I the only one who thinks Tetra's a badass here? Moving on. Now I guess it's also worth mentioning that there are actually other unused files for unused characters like Dr. Mario, Mewtwo, and Roy, who were all in Melee. This could mean that they were once planned to be brought back in Brawl, but the data for these characters could have just been imported for some random reason. So yeah, that's pretty much the beta of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And with that, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover for the beta for the Super Smash Bros. Series. Now while it would have been cool to see some of these beta elements in the actual games, we still got an amazing series either way. But I guess all we can do now is just wonder what the Super Smash Bros. Series could have been.